It's that time again, making a new YouTube video, and this one is directly targeting my haters. Who knows, maybe some of the haters I list here will comment, and then you can comment on their replies saying which type of hater it is, like your own little scavenger hunt. Now with enough of this, let us start with this video. Starting off on the list, the first one is what I'd like to call the annoying anti-furries. Common tactics include constantly bringing up my poor addiction I had in my past despite me having changed. Obsessing over me once in a while. You're a closet furry or some shit. Now I do have anti-furry viewers, but I also have anti-furry haters. I assume this stems from the fact I have antho characters and have a bad past with one of them. A key point here which will be needed to understand part of most of this video is that one of the characters I have, I used to sexualize greatly. But this was back in 2022 to 2023, and why I bring this up is because these group of people and another one I will be talking about never let this down. Despite the changes I've made, they constantly bring it up, even though it wasn't a huge ass deal since I was just a stupid kid back in the day, and I'm currently trying to build a future for myself. It's genuinely funny though, since they don't realize it, but if you are obsessed about me and once again, a anthro character that doesn't exist, that means you're probably thinking about the damn character more than I am. Like sure, I like the characters I got, but they are in your head 24/7, dude. How can you let a fictional character get to your head? Like, it's insane. I also don't know why they think talking about my Gooner past does anything, because once again, that's the past. Now, as much as these people are annoying, by far the funniest group of haters yet is next. And they are similar, but these guys are a bit different. The next group of people are what I like to call the trolls/Soyjakers, also known as the never gooners. Common tactics. Constantly bring up stupid goon shit I did in my past, despite it once again dating back to 2022 and 2023. Obsess over me heavily and call me a gooner despite constantly saying furry dommy mommy for some reason. Trying to scare me with spreading information that is somehow always mostly invalid or incorrect. Skibbity toilet one or I'll go, whatever the hell that means. Now these trolls literally do the same thing the anti-furries do, but bump it up to a very higher degree. If you've ever seen their conversations, I just live rent-free in their head, as they quote-unquote try to pose as the old me, who once again, used to be addicted to adult content. Meanwhile, they do it so much to a point where they don't even notice that they are creating imaginary fanfics of me and this character I mentioned in their head daily. Like bro, if you have a man crush, just say it. It's like, I literally have no words. What the hell is going on? I cannot make this shit up, dude. Wait till they find out the pink McLaren Senna being used as gameplay right now is supposed to represent Lucy's car. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna goon to her car. Another thing about these people is they really get mad when criticized. I mean, basically anyone categorized in this video does. I even had Beta Bush now try to scare me. Why are you do this? This is very dangerous for you. My guy, the only thing dangerous here is your dog shit spelling to your future job resume. But you don't seem as if you'd be the type to go out the house, so I'm not even surprised at this point. For some reason, these trolls always somehow try to find a way to make themselves look in the right. Like for example, during my old video on CEO of Trolling, he responded, so considering I had more information to respond back with, I followed up. Now after that, how do you think he responded? Milking the drama award. Bro, you literally started the drama when you brung up old shit that no longer applies to my character internally. I already debunked the first claim easily too, and the ones after that. How much of a pussy do you have to be? Like sure, I am not a perfect human being, but I definitely will admit when I'm wrong. Being wrong is a normal human thing. Also, since we're on the topic of trolls, I remember the Sneak situation, which despite both of us who stopped gooning, he's somehow accepted by the people in this bunker group. I'm not saying everyone should just start bullying Sneak, but he did worse than what I did, so why is he at least being tolerated meanwhile these people constantly act like I'm some antichrist? What I'm basically saying is, it's just like the case with Sea of Trolling, it's purely revolved around favoritism, but at this point, I don't really care about Sneak or these people anyway. I also want to put this out there, this bunker group has a system where it nukes channels from time to time to prevent screenshots from getting out, which as you've seen has failed miserably. Future and here, I forgot to give context on the 641 Lucy character that the trolls and anti-furries both cry about, but for reference, it's this that I've shown on screen. Apparently it's gooner material because her clothing is a bit tight, which I could understand. but I draw her in this way because I want to make sure the anatomy are balanced to a certain degree. Also, I don't think it's goonery since it barely shows any cleavage, and she's not wearing damn short shorts. Her proportions also are realistic, which apparently to some aren't, but if you think that, they should see the proportions of women by other furry artists, because god are they atrocious. Anyways, let me move on. To end off, as fellow Scotsman once said, you know what? I'm actually not going to read that.
Kill your shit.
Anyways, our next and last subject of haters is what I call the Butthurt furries / degenerates. Common tactics. Get mad at an opinion they disagree with, even if I say in a nice tone, or say you can have your own opinion. Apparently most of the time they claim porn is good for you despite it being quite the opposite. I'm a supposed moron because they said so and got sensitive at criticism or a differing opinion, apparently. A good example of this would be a user who's been so pissed just because of a video on why I believe YIF is zoophilia. Now, I kept debating with this guy and he came up with the dumbest claims and tried to say the article viewed was invalid because he says porn and YIF are different. My guy, YIF is a form of porn. What do you not understand? And after I say that, he still keeps spurting out bullshit and then goes on to say he's gonna stop talking. Spoiler alert, he did not stop. He even tried to call me an anti-furry, which is first of all, wrong, and second of all, he has commented on a video of mine where I defended Burp from false allegations, where he says the video was pathetic. My guy, the only thing that is pathetic is the fact you want to defend porn so badly, and what is worse is that I think this guy literally might be a loli enjoyer. What makes you think that just because something's a fictional drawing means attraction to it is morally correct? That is not how morality works. If you're attracted to kids on a screen, that's basically the same as in real life. Someone needs to check this guy's hard drive because I am actually concerned and disgusted. This is why no girl wants to talk to you, dude. You are a disappointment to your entire bloodline, my guy. But of course shit doesn't stop there, as another user who I believe is just Frog on an alt is so terminally online where he also tries to defend the P word and even pings me in post. My guy, I do not give a shit about your useless yapping. So many statistics already say the P word is bad for you. You cannot debate with a fact. If you want to go on, other examples are in my video on Milkshakey, a vor enthusiast into sadism vor. Lots of butthurt furries got pissy because they couldn't goon peacefully to someone being eaten alive, and seriously thought I only dissed it due to the vor aspects. My guy, Milkshakey watches feral vor NSFW. That is not normal. That is a feral animal. If you have a dog, that is basically someone else's goon material. Yes, that is literal zoophilia. That is a four-legged animal. You cannot debate that. Considering even another furry's dissing them, this already shows how bad it is, since furries just love to glaze each other sometimes. There was also a comment on late to where someone discussed some grooming situation with a user known as Kaphoria. My guy, if even him saying that doesn't worry you, I just don't know what will. But seriously, bro, to that user, I am genuinely sorry you had to see that shit. With that, these are the most of my haters categorized already. I get basically targeted by two groups who both hate each other. But hey, someone's gotta drop the truth nuke. With that, I'll see y'all later. Peace.